back to our coverage here of the Winter Paralympic Games qualifier here in Jessheim, Norway. We've already had a great game here today, Korea versus Kazakhstan. Korea showing exactly why they are an experienced force, former bronze medalists in that game against Kazakhstan, who struggled with their really short bench. But we are here for Japan versus Sweden, and we have a Japanese team who are ready to fight for another win. If we look at the overview of the tournament now after that last game, Norway, Korea, they are at the top with 9 points, 3 wins each, but of course Norway still have their game to play later on today. Then following them we have Japan and Slovakia. Slovakia playing Norway later on, and Japan here on 6 points. Will we see Japan join those top 2 teams with 9 points after today? We've done all the math, and it all comes down to what happens tomorrow to see who will make it to those slots in the games. The one thing we do know is that Sweden and Kazakhstan are out of contention, but Sweden can still cause an upset right here, right now. Sweden can have their own impact on the race, and Japan will be there to stop them. Japan, we know they're a really fast, agile team. Sweden, slightly short-benched, but they have that firepower on their top line. As you see, Lopez and Yukai here at the face-off dot. Puck is going to be dropped by Kevin Webinger from Canada. On the lines, he's got Pavel Blazik from Czech and Tibor Fazakis from Serbia. And here we go. We saw some really great stuff from Japan in their game against Slovakia. So we see the puck just sail into the Japanese zone. Lopez putting some pressure on. It'll be passed back to Ishikawa as Ito chases it down, and he's got Meng there though. Meng with the puck. Passing to Nilsson, but doesn't quite connect. Mitsu here. Heads up, looking out for somewhere to pass him. He gets a big hit from Lillebeck. Ito shoots, and it's straight into the glove there of Ulf Nilsson, the goalie. What I want to see from Sweden is a bit more physical play, I think. We know that Japan are fast, agile, and they've got the bench there as well to help them with that. If Sweden are going to find any advantage over Japan, it needs to be that physical game. Not allowing them time on the puck. Instead using their bodies to knock off the puck. But we have Lillebeck now with the puck. Again, Ito cutting him off. Lopez will chase for the puck though. Lopez. Again, sandwich between 2 Japanese players. Shot towards the goalie. It's still loose. Lillebeck. Lillebeck there with a chance at that back door, but it is covered and play is frozen. There's good work from Lopez there. That's exactly the physicality I was talking about. Lopez across from Kamagai. Sudo just dumping it up towards the Swedish end as Morisaki will come charging in, challenging it. Earning himself a penalty, I think. Sweden now have the time as they pull Nilsson. Yeah, and that's exactly it. Charging penalty there on Japan. Number 17, Amu Morisaki, will sit for the 2 minutes here. We saw Sweden with a chance earlier on. Let's see if Sweden can convert this power play. Sudo will just clear the puck all the way down. Of course, no icing on the penalty kill for Japan. Nilsson passes back to Lopez. Lopez to Meng. Meng still with the puck. Tries to pass it in there. Shot on net by Oyla. Nilsson doesn't get that puck on his stick as he liked. Shoots it through anyway. Sudo just blocking it with his sled. Lopez doesn't get a shot off either. Nilsson will come in to help him there. Oyla tries to just bat in on the backhand. Passing up to Lopez. Lopez just wide. Japan collapse right back there. So they rearrange their shape a little bit. There you're back at the blue line. Shoots it in towards the Japanese goalie there. Wataru Hori. Battle of the boards here between Liebek and a Japanese player. Japan are back to full strength though. Will they take advantage of this possession? Kumagai just keeps a hold of the puck there despite the challenges. Shoots. Save there by Nilsson, but it's still loose. Liebek trying to clear it out, doesn't. And now it's cleared out to Shiblaki. Offside just forcing the Japanese out, giving Sweden a chance to regain their composure. Pass into the mutual zone. Isn't met by a Swedish player, however. Mitsu, pass it to Yukai. Again, Sweden up high, challenging for this puck. Sudo dumping it around the boards. Chiplaki will get to it. Along the boards to Lopez now, who is under pressure from Yukai. Liebek with a big challenge. Passing to Ito, doesn't quite get the puck on his stick, but that was a dangerous, dangerous situation for Sweden there. Ishikawa calls for the pass and doesn't get to his stick. Pass out to Liebek, but he has nowhere to go as Japan shut him down. Lopez now by the boards. Liebek Ito now. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Sweden early on in this game. We know they're short bench, but they're making really good use of it. Nilsson up to Lopez. Lopez, though, doesn't connect, and it will cause the icing for Sweden. Big mistake there from Lopez. If Sweden do manage to win this, it'll be a big blow for Japan in their quest to seek qualification. Again, they pulled the upset against Slovakia. The lead in that game changing the hands a couple of times. Lopez now against Kumagai. Nilsson along the boards. Oh, pass across there, just intercepted by Matsushita. Nilsson tries to shoot on target, but it goes past the crease, and it will exit the zone. Meng will collect and dump it in for his team to chase. Ito will just let his team regather their shape. Morisaki passes it back, and it doesn't connect. I don't think the message was there. Ishikawa hit with a puck. Meng bringing it into the zone, dropping it there for Liljebeck. There'll be a penalty on the play there. Penalty on Japan for teeing. Wow. Number 7 for Japan there, Matsushita, going for 2 minutes for teeing. Again, if you're new to para ice hockey, teeing is a unique penalty called in our sport. It's all about using the front of the sled to make hits. That's really not allowed, really dangerous for these players. As always, we like bodies to be used when making those hits. Nilsson. Cross that to Liljebeck. Blocked by Ito. Lots of offensive pressure here from Sweden as they have the man advantage. The Yukai will get the puck and send Sweden on the back check there. Ito, dangerous here. Ito, and he scores. Beautiful goal there by Ito, just getting the lift on the puck over Nilsson. Ito scores short-handed. Again, we see Sweden just playing with the same 6-7 players. They don't use their full bench, even though it's short as it is. They really, really rely on these big players they've got. Nilsson chases after the puck, but Ito is right behind him. Nilsson Passing up to Liljebek there. Remember, they're still on the power play here. Liljebek just flipping it over to Men. Meng just losing track of the puck though, right in front of the goalie, Ishikawa. Passing up to Ito now. Will Ito strike again? Japan just letting Ito compete for the puck, covering the neutral zone here. Sudo challenging Liljebek here. Lopez will come in to support, but Liljebek will be able to just dump it into the zone. In fact, shooting on the goal there. Hori with the save. 17 seconds left on the Swedish power play. This is Sweden's one last shot to construct an attack on the advantage. Passing up to Lopez as the Japanese bench count down to being back to full strength. Matsushita is out and right back in. Great work from Sudo, passing straight to the stick of Ito. Pass across. Yukai just doesn't get it on target. Liljebek dumping it out of the zone. Kumagai working hard as icing is cleared. Eklund is now free to chase, but Kumagai will pass to Ito. Oh, Liljebek though. Onwards to Meng. Again, it's just out of the zone. Great sportsmanship here as Kumagai went down. Looked a bit nasty, but he's fine. Ishikawa gets robbed by Lopez. Lopez, though, with a shot on the net, it goes off the side. And Nilsson is going to skate hard for the puck here. Fortunately, no icing as it is saved by the goalie there. Yoshikawa. Let's just see Eklund come off there for Sweden, but it's good to see him out. And we've also got Dahlstadt also out on the ice. Seems like Sweden are using their bench a little bit more. We've seen in other games. Maybe it's the case of we're already out of the competition, so why not see what the rest of this bench can do? Nilsson. Shoots to the net, but it goes behind. Nitsu chasing fast. Nilsson racing to meet him. Nitsu doesn't get on the tape of Yukai there. And look at Nitsu just chasing down these Swedish players. Liljebek. Matsushita ices the puck. One minute 10 remaining here on the period, we'll see Dalstrat go back to the bench. Liljebeck in from the blue line, just to the left of the net though. And here we see Ishikawa passing up to Ito. Ito skating hard. Shot saved, I think, there by the goalie. Liljebeck here with some time, but gets robbed by Ito. Yukai here on the blue line, just trying to clear it through the neutral zone to Ito here. 5 seconds remaining, Ito shoots. As we'll see the period end. Great stuff here from both of these teams. Again, Japan doing their thing, using the speed, especially with that top line. But really impressed with Sweden as well. It's great to see them maybe after they conceded that first goal, but rolling through the lines a little bit more, seeing more of the players we don't see much of, but starting off really physically as well. You could tell that that's what they were trying to do, just try and shut down Japan a little bit. We're in for an exciting second period, I think, here, and I will be back in 14 minutes to guide you through that. See you in a little bit. Welcome back to the second period here of Japan versus Sweden. So a good period from Sweden. Interested to see if we see more of Sweden's physicality in this period. Referee Kevin Webinger again ready to kick off proceedings here for the second period. And we are off. Nitsu, Liebeck coming right for him. Sudo up to Ito, but it will fall on Swedish sticks instead. Liebeck intercepting the puck there, but not getting it on his stick. Lopez. Sudo there just squishing Chaplaki against the boards. Yukai. Cleared it up to Ito. Nitsu tries to bring it over, and Nilsson instead will be on the puck. Passed up to Liebeck. Tries to pass it up to Chaplaki, but doesn't get to him. Ishikawa just bounce it off the boards there, but it doesn't come out of the zone. Yukai. Yukai with pass across to Ito, and it's right off the sled of Nilsson, but we will see a penalty here on Sweden. Elbowing penalty here on Chaplaki. Japan now get the chance on the power play. Ito. Able to pass it to Kumagai, but blocked by Swedish player. Kept in, however, by Ishikawa, who shoots, and Nilsson will stop that. Ito. My guy just dumping the puck, but not a Japanese stick on the end of it. 30 seconds left on Japan's power play as they get this chance to reset. Liljebeck now, though, will dump it himself to the other end. Stopped there by Hori. And now Yukai is center ice. Skating in with the puck, Ito. Wow, shot there from Ito, just over the net though. And we have both teams now full strength. Sweden get Shiplaki back. Sudo shoots, but it just goes to the right of that net. Ito across to Ishikawa. Kamagai. Great work on Sweden and shutting down that entry into the zone. Plaki just on to the Japanese goalie there, who will freeze it. Just that one goal of the game so far. Itsuki Ito, the number 10 for Japan. Liljebeck with a shot. Just caught by the goalie. Ishikawa losing a stick. And Meng is up high. Icing called off. Ito's going to race for it, but he's got two Swedish players coming right down on him. Ito drops it back, but it will be intercepted by Lopez. Lopez now with some support out front from Nilsson. Great work from Nilsson to keep hold of that puck, but can't make the pass. Ito. And we see two players caught up again. So we've seen this a couple of times this tournament. Both of the equipment managers for Sweden and Japan now coming onto the ice. This is the thing sometimes, these sleds are custom engineered in a lot of cases for these players. As a result of that, sometimes the puck can get caught up a little bit. Not often you see other sleds, but we've already seen it again before this tournament. But those two players will have a bit of a bond now. Great to see Caroline Pisson out on the ice. Number 15, I think. 15 for Sweden. Recently competing at the Women's World Championship, the first ever on Team World. Team made up of lots of different nations who don't have their own team. Here's Yukai with a chance, but Sweden shutting it down. Passing to Ito. Ito shoots. Doesn't hit the target though. Lopez. Big pass up to Pearson who just doesn't get to it. Liljebeck will chase for it though. Great work here. Misawa now with the puck. Just last year we saw, earlier this year we saw the inaugural Women's World Championship, and what an event that was. Shortly after then, she competed with Team Sweden in Kazakhstan for the B pool. So she's been stamping her passport this season. Pearson tied up there with Misawa, just trying to get the puck. Sweden with an opportunity here as Hori will dive to the side. He was quite open there. He was lucky that the puck wasn't on Swedish sticks, but Liabeck here drops it to Pearson. Lopez. Oh, and it just sneaks through the crease there. Sweden with a few chances now. Liabeck shoots. Again, Sweden just need to come back on side before Liabeck can stump it and chase. Sudo. Mang just deflecting it back there. Lopez passing it down to Liabeck. Sudo. Pass up, but intercepted by Lopez. Swedish players come offside though. Shot towards the goal, but it was offside. We're talking this week about the sport at the Paralympic level, but it was so good to see new teams enter the sport with women's teams. Both Norway and Australia debuting their women's team at the Women's World Championship, and this is just a call out. If you are interested in this sport, get involved, contact your local federation. All these teams start somewhere. We see Kazakhstan, who started just this cycle a couple of years ago, already competing for Paralympic qualification. Oyala here now. Liabeck with the puck now, shoots over. Meng can't get control of the puck, but Lopez. Play is blown for a hand pass. Lopez on the face-off. Next to Kamagai, the Japanese captain. Ito skating hard there. Around Meng. Shoots and it just hits the side of the net, but he has the puck and wraps it around. Fantastic work from Itsiku Ito. Scores his second of the game and Japan's second of the game too. Very happy Japanese fans in the stands here, waving their flag. Just over halfway through the game now. Sweden doing a good job, but it's just not enough. Yukai and Lopez battle there. Matsushita gets it caught up. Great pressure from Liabeck. winning the puck, but just not able to outlet pass it to anyone. Nielsen now makes a shot of his own, which is saved by Hori. Yukai. Offside for Japan there. Japan fighting hard as players skate off. Showing signs of that fatigue, but if we're talking about fatigue, we have to talk about Team Sweden. We've seen them go through the bench a little bit more this game after that first goal. Makes me wonder if they are just preparing all of their players for the game tomorrow against Kazakhstan. Liljebeck. Nilsson. Fending off Misawa. Shoots towards the net, but it doesn't quite connect on target. Ito. Can Ito get a third in this game? Misawa. Big hit from Lopez. Ito. Passing it in, but it's blocked by Lopez. Meng. Around the boards, and Matsushita will dump it back in. Ito. Just goes behind the net there. Like I said, almost regardless of the results today, it all falls on to tomorrow for the teams fighting for qualification. There's 4 teams that can still make it to the games with it all coming down to tomorrow. Yukai. Eklund. Nilsson will pass it up the ice to Liljebeck. Lopez is here. Liljebeck skating hard this entire game. Meng keeps it in. Ito. Japan finally clearing it from their zone. Number 10 on number 10 here. And Meng will come away with the puck. Liljebeck just passing it across ice. Matsushita was working hard for it, just didn't get possession. And now we'll see Sweden enter the zone again. In towards the goal, Lopez just couldn't get there enough time. It is covered by the Japanese goalie. Another quick period of hockey, it seems. It's been great to see these two teams play. Lopez. This is Kumagai on the face-off dot. Matsushita. Nilsson just dumping the puck back in, but Leibek just wasn't back onside yet. Nilsson, good job. My guy. Dumping it in. Morisaki chasing it. And as we enter the final minute of the game, you see there you go, big hit there on Caroline Pearson. Lopez, again knocked off the puck. Meng though, still here. Maybe a bit of fatigue towards the end of this period from Sweden. Struggling to clear it from their own zone now. Lopez challenging the Japanese captain there. Matsushita along the boards. 15 seconds left. Pearson battling for the puck here. Meng in to support. But Morisaki doing a good job of keeping the puck under as time ticks by and the period ends. Japan 2, Sweden 0. 2 goals from that number 10 on Japan. Itsuki Ito, what a player. What an asset for Team Japan. Again, so good to see more of the players from Team Sweden on the ice and competing. I think we're in for a really exciting game tomorrow as they take on Kazakhstan. Both teams searching for a win. But there is still a third period here. Can Sweden come out? All guns blazing. We'll find out. We'll be back here in 14 minutes. Don't you miss it. Yeah, for period 3. Sweden start off with a chance in the Japanese zone here. Ishikawa passing it up to Ito. Lopez passing it behind the net. Just bounces off the boards though. Matsushita. Bad bounce off the boards there. And we've got a penalty here. Team penalty on Sweden. And we will see Japan now go on the power play once again. And Dalstadt will sit in 2 minutes of teeing. Yukai coming in for the face-off here, across from Lopez. Back to Sudo here, to Ito. Back to Ishikawa. Across Yukai there. Yukai shoots over Ito. Let's forward to Yukai. Shoots it and goes across the crease. Nilsson. Lopez knocked off by Yukai but regains his edge. Sudo. Ito. Back to Ishikawa here in neutral ice. Loses stick though, has to pass it to himself. Ishikawa now. Up to Yukai. Ito. Team penalty. "26 seconds of 5-on-3 now for Japan as Swedish number 9 Leibek will sit 2 minutes for teeing. Sudo. Ito. Ishikawa. Interference call now. On Japan. They will stay on a power play for just 5 seconds until Sweden will be back to 4 men. Puck just popping out to Nilsson there. As Dalshat goes back to the bench. Yukai. Meng along the boards there. Yukai though will just pressure him. Tries to put it in towards the slot but just doesn't go. But Yukai still has the puck. Dodging away. As Ito then with a shot again just bobbles on the side of the net. Meng passes it up to Lopez. Lopez with a shot on net. Deflected away there by Hori. Shaplaki. Lopez shoots. Blocked with the stick there of the Japanese goalie Ito. Just letting time tick by. Sweden now with a short power play, but Japan have it. Lebeck out the box with the puck. Lopez racing hard for it, wrapping around. Easily saved by Hori though, and Sudo comes out of the bent box too. Lebeck. Again, just putting it towards the net, hoping something can happen. Ito here though. We'll just dump it down the ice. Meng with the puck. Icing it. Face off in the Swedish zone here. Sudo just skating with the puck. Puts it behind the net. Yukai. Again, Japan in the Swedish zone straight away. Ito with the puck. Tries to put it through the goalie and goes across the crease there. Penalty on the play here. Interference call. It looks like Sweden is about to go on the power play themselves. With Yukai going to the box for interference here. Cleared by Japan. Nilsson will just come out for it. Lebeck. Up to Meng there. Euler here with the puck. Liebeck. Liebeck. Doesn't go through the traffic there. Lopez. Lopez dumps it back. There's no one there. Liebeck skates though. Across the ice there. Shot just not on target, and there will be another call on this play. Nilsson will be going to the box. Nilsson going in for roughing. It's going to kill off whatever was left of that power play they had and give Japan a minute of it once Yukai comes back onto the ice. 7 minutes remaining in this period. Still just a 2-0 scoreline though. Kamagai versus Lopez on the face-off dot. Ito, again deflected away by Meng. Kamagai here with the puck, passing it to Sudo. Kamagai again tries to shoot but is blocked. Big hustle from Ishikawa to get back as it is dumped down and icing is called. 23 seconds left until that Japanese penalty expires. Lopez dropping it back to Meng. Meng with a shot and just goes wide. Liebeck. Ishikawa tries to dump it out, but Liebeck will intercept that, passing it on to Meng. Meng with a shot, blocked by Sudo as Yukai comes back onto the ice. Japan able to form an attack of their own on this power play. Meng though will try to clear it out, but it stays in. Ito. Shot on net, it hits the side. Again, Sweden blocking the shots there from the Japanese. Pass up to Liebeck. And it will be an interference call, I believe, here. Tripping call on Japan. Number 8, Ishikawa, will sit 2 minutes. Time out. For Team Sweden. Time out for Team Sweden. Okay. What can Coach Hakan Stromberg cook up in this timeout? They're still not out of this game. Sweden get a quick goal now. Becomes a 1-goal game. They'll be really interested in taking a point, at least a point away from this game. But imagine the upset if they could mess with Japan's chances of qualifying for the Paralympics. Just 5 seconds now. As Swedish coach there just giving his final bits of wisdom to his players. Sweden with too many men on the ice. Or not. Oh no, they're not. Japanese players thinking the exact same thing I did. They pulled their goalie with 5.5 minutes to go. Both the Japanese bench and players falling for Sweden's tricks here. Oh my word. Sweden will have a big advantage now when they come out for this power play. They'll have a short period of 6-on-4. This is do or die now for Sweden in this game. Can they get themselves just within that 1-goal range? Out to Meng. Dumped in for Sweden there, and Lopez will chase it up. Yukai just stops and turns. High stick call. Just the shouts from the Japanese bench of disbelief. Yeah, and Sweden will bring goalie Nilsson back on for this face-off. You like to play with a bit of risk when you pull the goalie, but that might be a bit too much risk. 55 seconds of a power play still. Even with the goalie back on the ice, they still have that man advantage. Yukai versus Lopez. And Sweden will be probably looking to pull their goalie as soon as possible. Japan, knowing the game plan, will want to just keep the pressure on Sweden now. Not letting them get the opportunity to bring their goalie back in. Especially killing off this penalty. A shot there by Meng, just saved though. Nilsson passing back to Lillebeck. Lillebeck will shoot into the glove of Wataru Horde there. And again, Nilsson back at the bench now. "22 seconds. 6 skaters versus 4. Lopez and Yukai on the face-off. Lopez needs to come out big. Sherplaki. Ito though will get the puck and he'll shoot it right down the rink. But doesn't get on target, which means Sweden can now collect 5 seconds now until Ishikawa will come back out. Lopez and Sudo. Yukai behind the net here. Lopez just trying to pass it through the traffic there, but Ito will get hold of it. Again, dumping it down. Where's it on? Oh! Not on target, and that will be icing. You're a hero if you make that. If not, it's icing and it's just back down to your end. I was so close from Ito there. Of course, it would have been his hat-trick goal if on target. Yukai versus Lopez on the face-off dot. Nielsen will collect it and shoot it straight away. Liljebeck here on the blue line. He's going to come in, battling with Ito here. Shaplaki passes up to Nielsen. Nielsen shoots. Oh, an attempt to tip in there by Peter Oyala. Ito at the board here. Under pressure from Meng, but able to protect the puck. Clears it out of the zone. Yukai chasing down Nielsen. Even if you can just knock the puck off the stick, there's a potential there for Kumagai though. Yukai with the puck, and he slides it into the goal. That's Japan's third. Sweden, they trying their best there. So many attempts. But that will surely be that for Sweden's attempt to get back into this game. Goalie Nilsson will be coming back on. Lopez versus Yukai on the face-off dot as we get this final 2 minutes 11 started. Ito straight into the Swedish zone here. He's got two already, and it's safe, but it's still loose. Kumaga tries. Oh, and it's open for Yukai to slide it in. No goal, no goal. Goalie was out of the crease there. Looks to be in some discomfort. Trainer coming out onto the ice. Sweden have fought so hard to try and make a difference in this game, but just not managing to get back in the game at all. With the way things stand, this win would put Japan also on 3 points. Again, all to play for tomorrow for 4 of these teams. We're going to see some really exciting games tomorrow, but also some people struggling to do the maths behind the scenes, I think, in terms of team staff, knowing where they sit, what the group looks like. But we will see Nilsson stay here on the ice. Stick taps from both teams here. Applause on the benches and in the stands. How exciting that, even after 4 days of competition, there's still 4 teams in with a chance. Yukai winning it for Japan. Ishikawa just putting it into the zone. Nilsson batting it away. Leibek will pick it up. Sudo with Pearson in pursuit. Yukai. Leibek just competing for that puck. Tries to shoot on goal, but it just goes past. And it will come out of the zone. Pearson working hard to clear the zone. Yukai with the puck now though. Ito with a big hit from Lopez. Yukai try and shoot it at the net, but it'll just go past. These teams don't know what difference goal difference will make in the final standings. So even if I'm Japan, I'm still working hard for those goals towards the end of this game. 32 seconds left of this game now. And there's a penalty. Interference call here on Japan. And they're going to pull Ulf Nilsson now just to see if they can get that goal on the board. They'll be 6-on-4 in terms of skaters. As Kumagai, the captain, will sit out the rest of this period unless Sweden can score. This will be an all-out offensive now for Sweden. Lopez will need to win this puck drop. Yukai. Nilsson works up the boards, has possession. Tries to pass it in, but intercepted by Matsushita. Again, penalty on the play here as the time goes to 0. Final roughing call here in this after one of the Swedish players came into that little scrum by the boards. But final result here, Japan 3, Sweden 0. We will see Japan go up to 9 points in this table, joint with Norway and Korea, but of course Norway yet to play today. We could see them jump to 12 points, and even then that might not be enough for them to win qualification. Of course, we've got that game later on, Norway versus Slovakia, and it'll be really exciting. But what a game we've just seen from these two teams. Sweden really impressing me despite their small bench. It was so good to start to see them working through that bench a bit more, giving their players that game time. But Japan keeping it tight, shrugging off a lot of what Sweden could throw at them. Sweden with a really good final period there. But it ultimately just was not enough for Sweden. Japan will be really happy going into tomorrow. They're playing Norway in the final game of the tournament, which could decide it all, like I said, depending on how these other games go. Tomorrow we have Sweden versus Kazakhstan. That essentially will now become a fight to see who comes last, who comes fifth. Best player for Team Sweden here, Hugo Liljebeck. What a great player. We see, you say his name a lot of the time, we see how he can skate and how he can shoot. Tomorrow we also see Slovakia, Korea, both of those teams. Wow, Korea on 9 points, Slovakia on 6 points. Again, that could decide so much going into just the final two games, but best player for Team Japan here, of course it is number 10, Itsuki Ito. And again, what a player for Japan. Can skate laps of the ice and still shut down any play. And once you give him the puck, he can just skate away with it. What an impressive showing from Ito today. We'll take a short break now for the national anthem of the winning team, Team Japan. And congratulations there to Team Japan. They will be ecstatic to get that win and what that means in the standings. But we have some great games now coming up. Tonight, Norway versus Slovakia. Norway are currently unbeaten in this competition, but we'll see a Slovakia who will be really desperate for that win. We saw them drop that game against Japan. And that threw a spanner in works in terms of what people expected from the seedings, but it'll be really exciting. I cannot wait for that. And of course tomorrow, the 3 big games that will decide everything. Sweden, Kazakhstan will decide who can come away from this tournament with a win. Slovakia and Norway again. Slovakia, Korea, sorry. Again, a massive game for both of those teams. And Norway, Japan. We can have an interesting setup here with who's beaten who, how that final table can look. I'm really excited for the teams and how hard they'll come out tomorrow. But for this game, that's all from me, and I'll see you later on for that exciting game, Norway versus Slovakia. We'll see you then.